right? But I'm even going to attack the whole living with their mama situation, right? Because what it doesn't say is the circumstances upon which his mom is living with him to a certain extent, because it doesn't take into account his finances or his situation. So again, people are making some of these judgments, and I get it on the surface of it, but that man who decided to take his mom in because maybe financially made the most sense for him because he's the only person responsible for taking care of her to a certain extent, so he should not date. He does not deserve to find somebody because he don't make enough, or he ain't living up to the standards that you think he should be living to. I'm saying I know it's a funny thing, so sorry if I'm taking a serious term, but I'm saying that I hear people all the time telling men, oh, because of this, and this also goes for women too, like just in general, do what the fuck you gonna do. But what I'm saying is that this idea that you get to tell him why he shouldn't do something, when I fundamentally believe that people need love in their lives. They don't just need money. They need companionship. They need love. Right? And as a person who also believes in marriage enough, I want to encourage two broke people to date each other and find each other so that maybe they can lift their broke asses out of poverty. You know what I'm saying? So fundamentally, that's where it starts. Again, I'm saying I get if there's things on this list that women are like, nah, I ain't with it. And I get some of it is funny. But even the ones that probably would all say, yeah, maybe he shouldn't if you're like a big bro trying to advise him. But guess what, Jay? Not everybody wants to be a boss, bro. Not everybody wants to ascribe. We live in a culture now where we expect everybody to want to be what we want them to be, some kind of boss. Some people are okay with being mediocre. I appreciate those people more than the people who pretend that they're more than mediocre when they clearly are not. You know what I'm saying? So leave those brothers alone if they want to be mediocre, but who the hell are we to tell them they shouldn't date and find love and get some pussy?
Okay, so first, I just want to point out, I saw what you did with the whole living with their mama and change it to where his mama is now living with him. And so I saw the wordplay that you did there, because there is clearly a difference between the mother taking their son in. But I do agree that it should be the circumstances that you should find us, like, for example, they're coming back from a divorce, or if there's some type of coming. So I think that's why I talked about even with the transportation, find out what his plan is. Like, why, like I even use DC with the fact that the metro exists and so forth, and people have no problem taking that, so he may be taking the metro because there are other things that he has on his agenda that he's meeting to do, and therefore the metro satisfy his requirements. Yeah. So I did say that you need to identify or find out what their needs are. But most importantly, like I said, at the end of the day, tax brackets, date within your tax bracket, date within your means. I've never said they don't need love, but I just want to point out, sir, I saw what you did with that, with the mama situation.
Listen, I'm caught black-handed. I can admit what I'm caught. You got me? Okay, but listen, even, you got me, but even in the situation, right, because rent is high nowadays, right? So if he's still paying his mama some decent rent because he got the little basement downstairs, he's living with his mama. I'm just saying, like, S&M, you're wise. You know what I'm saying? You know stuff. You move differently. But I promise you, like, I get some of these tropes, man, but people will take some of the stuff and run with it. You dig what I'm saying? But in terms of from their perspective, and I ain't mad at that, but let's not tell these dudes that they can't go out here and date. Some of them will only lift themselves up out of this situation by getting them another woman. Go ahead, Jay.
I want to throw some more shade. Sorry, Jay. I just want one more thing before you go, Jay. Just one last thing. Sir, weren't you the same one that said broke niggas shouldn't date?
No, I don't think I've ever taken that position. You'd have to pull up the video on that one, sister girl. You'd have to pull up the video on that one. I mean, I'd have to see it. Because listen, we've been on Clubhouse long enough, right? And honestly, for me, I just don't. I have this thing where it feels like it's punching down, because people who are better positioned have the audacity to try to tell somebody else. If we were people with multiple baby mamas and shit like that, or whatever the situation may be, we would not say that that's a thing we should not date if that was a situation that we were in. So it just makes it easier for us to judge. And honestly, I don't mean a lot of these fucking I got a toddler and bitches will still date me. Whatever.
But you got a wife though.
I mean, but that's not the point, though, if we're talking about just who shouldn't date. I don't see on this list. Men with wives.
That's funny.
No. Men with wives are free game.
Men with wives on this list?
Let me look and make sure. And then, I'm sorry, I know I interrupt you. Go ahead.
Nah, that was it. I'm just saying. Look at that.
Let me look and see if they on the
list. Look at God.
Look hard, girl.
But go ahead, Jay.
I'm saying I don't think the list is in and of itself anything that should be used to eliminate somebody from dating. What I do think is, though, whoever was making the list was looking towards signs that the person might not be either financially stable or forwardly progressing in their life and their plan, right? Some signs of things that one by themselves can be explained. Maybe you got 4 or 5 things on the list. It might demonstrate a tendency or a lean or whatever. You know what I'm saying? Maybe this guy's bad with money, or maybe this guy's not good with commitment, or maybe he has dependency issues or whatever. Maybe he and his mama too close. Maybe he a mama's boy. It could be a lot of different things, right? So I don't believe in Xing anybody out for any one thing. However, I do think that you can take a number of things and paint a picture. So all I was stressing is that, just watch for the picture. That's all I'm saying.
And married men is number 27 on the list.
Oh, it is on there?
Oh,
yes,
shit.
sir.
Yeah, we
number
are
27.
No,
Okay.
that was married men. That was married men. That's Robin Hood. That's not us. That's
but see, I got an issue with that too. I mean, for the sake of sound, the same type of way. Huh? Who says married men shouldn't date?
Yes, who says?
You don't know what the fuck that nigga got going on in this household.
No,
you know what I'm saying?
know me.
That's fact. Why are these women mind their own fucking business? You know what I'm saying? I bet you the women who wrote this list don't even got nobody they dating right now talking about who men shouldn't date. You know what I'm saying? And they want to complain when there's no men to date. Come on, man. Y'all got to stop playing.
Well, I must admit, I'm looking forward, and I'll land with this. I'm looking forward to seeing what the men retaliate with, because the men are pretty good with retaliating with their own list that sometimes could be just as stupid as some of the things that are on the women's list too, right? It's a good mix. So I'm looking forward to see what that is. But anyways, that's all I got for this.
You literally could change all the lists and make it say women, and it'd still be a list. Think about that.
Yeah, I mean, listen, honestly.
Like, let me hold $2. No. Go ahead.
As I was going through this, I mean, we could probably come up with last little question, right? Let's play this little game. What would be something that we would throw out there? Can everybody think of one thing if we were to reverse the list? What's the women who shouldn't date? Like, I'll go first. Pregnant women. Pregnant women should not date.
Yeah.
I feel like that was a shot with Cardi B.
No, I mean, listen, no shots. I'm just throwing out as an example. It doesn't mean I really feel this way. I'm asking you.
Women who expect a call.
Pregnant women should not date.
Women who expect regularly scheduled calls from correctional institutions should not date. If it's not a family member. You know what I mean? Like, you got a boo and he incarcerated, you should not be dating, right? If he's calling you regular, Tuesday is his day to call.
Inmate, 573-12. Do you accept the call?
Don't do it. You shouldn't be dating. That's all I'm saying. Don't date that dude. Don't date that girl. Yeah.
Del, you got somebody?
Oh, man. I definitely, I'm trying to think of what the equivalent of not owning a suit is for women.
Brian panties
what is
don't
that?
match. But you wouldn't find it out till afterwards, so never mind.
No, see, that's where you're wrong. Now you went too far. When the bra panties don't match, especially if the socks don't match for a bonus, you're in for a wild ride, sir.
Yes.
So
S&M?
I would just say that on the seriousness, I actually do believe that women with 3 or 4 baby daddies need to sit down and evaluate their lifestyle and determine what's causing their decision-making skills to be lacking in certain areas. Because after you have, and unless it's through like widowed or divorced or whatever the case may be, but there has to be, I think that's actually a legitimate reason not to be dating, because ma'am, you need to be celibate for a little while. And if you're not celibate, then I'm just going to need you to make better decisions. And that starts with making sure birth control or a condom's in place. And if you already got 3 or 4 kids, but I think that's just a more responsible thing to do, is that, just be more aware of your decisions. So I agree on the men and the women's side. That should be somebody who shouldn't be dated until they figure out what's leading them to these decisions that they're making and the people that they're deciding to lay down with.
Good call.
Now, this is not my personal opinion, but I have seen women with Nissan Altimas should not be dating. They make bad decisions.
Wow.
It's not my personal opinion. I'm just saying I've seen it. I've seen it. Don't come for me in the comments.
Damn it. And I just lost it that quickly. Oh, no. Okay. So what I was going to say was, it's like the second time it happened. So listen, I'm trying to be fair when I say this, right? I do think women should be able to date too, right? Like for real. Close to like how men should be able to date. Although if I'm being honest, the whole kid thing, I think is a bridge too far. I don't think a woman should date if she is pregnant. You know what I'm saying? Especially if she's showing pregnant. I don't think she should date.
I heard that was the best clue, though.
Yeah, that's what I heard. But I don't think she should date because it's not just her dating. You know what I'm saying? She's bringing a plus one to the date. Now, if a woman's by herself, she's like
There's a plus
not
one,
carrying okay, cool, ma, do your thing. You know what I'm saying? And frankly, let's be honest, society is okay with women being far down badder. If that's that's probably not the way to say it, right? A chick could be living with her mama, you know what I'm saying, have multiple baby daddies, you know what I'm saying?
And
A lot of
pregnant.
this shit. No, I'm saying I'm drawing the line at the pregnancy thing, but I'm saying also that I think women have more leeway to date. Like if you ask those same women to come up with the list of women who should not date, it wouldn't be nowhere near this, even if some of the same women face some of the same issues like multiple baby daddies. I think some of those same women would be hard pressed to put women who have multiple baby daddies should not vote. You know what I'm saying? I mean, should not date. You know what I mean? So, I mean, there's a double standard. I'm okay with that. And so with that being said, I stand on women who are pregnant should not date because it's not just you by yourself. Okay, moving right along. You know, that baby didn't ask to go on a date. You know what I'm saying? He's just trying to evolve and come into the world with your fast ass.